Hello YouTube, Elite Legionary here. Brand new, well you can see it, Rome Total War. The first, the one and only, the original Rome Total War of my old friend who brought me into YouTubing. Right, I'm just being stupid now. Yes, Rome Total War. Now, I thought it's been ages since I brought any of these, and in fact, I have played, now I was thinking this other day, it's been about 4 months since I played this. This is a battle I did a few weeks back. I've done about 8 battles on Rome, on the first Rome Total War in the last 4 months. So before I begin, my micro is far worse than it used to be. I still know what I'm doing, obviously, because I know the game, I know how it works, and I know its ins and outs, but because I've been playing a lot of Rome 2, which is very different, and various other things, and probably not playing as much online battles as I was in the past. I'm not as good as I was now. I can still play it, and I definitely could recover my skills. I just have to put a lot of time into the game, which I do kind of want to, because I feel like Rome again, but at the same time I'm loving Medieval 2, and Rome 2 is still awesome, so I don't know, it just depends. I will endeavour to bring you the odd few of these from Rome Total War though, because I still love it. It's still like my favourite Total War game. So as you can see before you, I'm using my Germania build. My opponent, what was his name? His name was KJV. He's using the Julli Romans. So, sorry. I was on triple speed then, didn't mean to do that. So I got 2 skirmishes. You've probably seen me use this build in the past if you watched my Rome Total War vids, which most of you have. I have 4 speed warband for fixing all the killing power of my infantry as these chosen X-Men, and I have 4 units of Gothic Cav with 2 berserkers to help me against Rome, because Rome's Cav is superior, obviously. My opponent's army is pretty infantry heavy. He's got 2 units of Praetorian Cohort at the front and 6 units of Urban Cohort. My god, I haven't missed these guys. Urban spam. Anyway, he's got 4 units of Triarii as well and a light auxilia, so no Cav, so I was fortunate there. But it's going to be very trying facing Urban Cohorts after so many weeks away from them. So don't expect spectacular results here. So I shift my lines to the flank here just to try and outwit my opponent a bit, and my own Peerless Green's going to do a wee bit of firing, and I'm fortunate that he's facing backwards here because I managed to get about 5 or 6 of his guys, so I should hit them from the front. I'll do no damage, being that skirmishes were utterly useless in Rome Total War against heavy infantry, unlike in Rome 2. So that's what I'm doing right now, and from the front, as you can see, I'm pretty much doing no damage at all. But it was good that I hit him in the back there because it took a few men out of that unit, which is always good. I don't think I outlined my upgrades. I had gold on my spear warband, none on my skirmishes. I believe it was gold attack and 1 attack experience upgrade for the chosen X-Men, none for the berserkers, and it'll be gold for the Goth Cav. My opponent, now he starts throwing some peeler, which is what I want him to do. However, he does stop, although I would have preferred his Urban Cohort to waste their peeler, to be honest, but I didn't really plan for that at the time. So his army though, he's got that gold, those Praetorians, and the Urbans are also gold, and the Triarii are 3 upgrades, although I can't tell what kind, probably attack or defense, maybe a mixture. So he does stop his guys there, so we're just in a bit of a standoff at this stage. So I'm going to just rush, start the action. A bit of a sloppy rush here, because you can see I haven't got my pikes down very quickly, so that's what I'm talking about, a bit of micro failures on my part. I did just get them down in time here though, and because I condensed my line without any gaps, although unfortunately the gaps kind of created themselves, but it's alright. As you can see, they're strong enough, with me and my guys going at it, they're strong enough to stop the Praetorian Cohort from breaching through. So I'm sending my guys around the flank here, and put my Cav out here. I'm just trying to kind of put pressure on both flanks to just try and distract them a bit, because I know I'm in pretty big, disadvantaged infantry-wise if I'm not careful, considering he's got quite a lot of infantry, and I no longer possess a meat shield. to absorb this peeler from the urban cohort, so I'm going to try and get the urban cohort to engage. I was trying to, but unfortunately I have really very little fence, so this is really bad because I take peeler damage I otherwise would rather not like to take. So all I do is put my phalanx down because I hope that might just deflect some, which is pretty useless in itself. So it's not really great. However, he has used them on my Spear War Bandit rather than my Chosen Axeman, which is good because otherwise I'll get beaten. So his Praetorian cohort are holding, which is what I expect they'll do. But I should be able to beat them just because of weight. So I'm trying to move around him a bit. He's got his Triarii and a blocking procedure, but I'll try and avoid those if possible. So I'm actually not going to, because he's got no cavalry, I no longer need my berserkers to deal with any enemy cavalry to help me, get in the cav. So I'll use that to hold up an urban cohort, because 2 of them should be able to hold up an urban cohort, even without any upgrades. So this kind of goes on for a little bit, just this kind of pushing and prodding with my Spear War Band. But I should be able to defeat them just through numbers and over time. I do believe I attack some here soon. Because my opponent is pretty defensive here, but I just want to make sure this Praetorian is dead before it does anything that annoys me too much or causes problems. So anyway, here I start making a move in my cav. I'm just trying to put pressure on him, moving around the flanks. Pretty defensive here, tightly packed. I just want to make him try and force the Triarii here. So when I see him do that with this Triarii, I think I made a move to try and hit their flank, or like a feint to make it look like I was going to. Bear in mind this was a while ago now, because I haven't played this for quite some time. As I said, very few games in the last few months with this game. So here I saw like a big gap, so I thought, use these two to distract these guys and see if I can get a nice rear charge into the back of these urban cohort. But sometimes when you're in wedge formation, weird stuff happens, so they don't really charge properly, which was really annoying. And then the whole unit just turned around and it got snagged there, and it was kind of irritating. So that unit's going to rout, but will come back. Plus the unit got time to turn around and face it, which was really, really bad. So I'm going to disengage here. One of these units, I think that one routs, but it's doing really good numbers, so it'll come back. So they didn't go off all that well, to be honest, but it does kind of make them break his units up a bit there. That trade-off didn't work all that well, unfortunately. I don't actually think any urban cohorts died, so I forgot, flying them in their OP-ness. They've returned with their OP-ness. So I decided to send 2 units of Chosen Axemen to this flank, just to try and help over here, because I know this flank has now become completely turned to the urbans, which is bad. This unit down here, where is it? It will come back. Yep, there you go, it came back just then. As I knew it would. I wasn't too worried about that because I knew it would. So I decided to put some pressure on this flank with my cav and some berserkers. And I'm putting these guys around here. Maybe just try and get into his flank here. However, I did take, unfortunately, if you look here, I lost quite a lot of me to peeler fire because I didn't look after myself very well there. But I have got a perfect flank charge, which is great. So that should do plenty of damage, or it should do. And I decided that my Spear Warband need to be engaging now, so I'm going to organise them for the charge. However, these guys took too many casualties from Peter, and as we all know in previous videos how effective Chosen Axemen are against the urban cohort, but if they take too many Peter, they just become useless because they're not enough of them to do it. But I see that I can potentially hit these guys in the flank. Because now I've got these guys to pin from the side of the berserkers, and he can't really change back to berserkers, or any sane man would not. So I get a good charge here, which routs them, and I believe I do get that Triarii as well. So I've got a bit of a chain route going there, a mini chain route, if you will. And I got the berserkers going while he was focused over there, and they caused tons of damage. Got my Axemen into this flank a bit, but I was hoping to just destroy with the berserk. Yeah, so I got those guys in, get my berserkers to go there, but they're berserk and they don't kind of berserk where I want them to berserk. That was a bit of a chancy move. However, I do now get into the flank with my Chosen Axemen against these urbans. These guys should be in phalanx. I don't know why they're not. I think I was just putting them into it there. I did have them in phalanx, but as you see, I was making a few sloppy mistakes. Here I see a chance to get a wedge charge onto the side of this urban. Okay, for some reason I didn't do that, I don't know why. Anyway, I managed to rout all that core there. My general does die there, which worries me. And this unit routes also worries me. And my berserkers are ripping the living craps out of these Urbans, which is good. And there are a lot of gaps running into his formation now. So I'm going to make a hard push for this, and I get a good charge into the flank of this Urban Cohort, which is great. What I need to be doing is getting these chosen axemen free, so that's what I'm trying to do over here. Disengagement, as you can see, is not really great on my part, so just things like that. It's been quite a long time, the controls are all different and stuff, so it gets difficult. So I get these units here with a pretty good charge, and that gets rid of that Urban Cohort, and this one should go when I get... okay, it doesn't go. So here's a bit of a... there we go, I finally got it, and I finally got that one as well. So I got 3 Urban Cohort full, quite effectively there. Probably could have done it a bit quicker though. My Berserkers are still going, fortunately, which is very handy. And my Cavs still in pretty good numbers. So I'm just trying to get charges down. Get the back of those Triara, it's good. However, my Spear Warband finally given. They did well though, considering what they're up against. And these Urbans over here are really hard to break, even with wedge charges, but I finally get that one as well. But his general's unit doesn't really want to go during this fight. It was pretty tough to get it to break. But my German killing Rome abilities are pretty good. Like when I use Germania, I tend to beat Rome pretty, most of the time. Although, as I said, I'm really out of practice with Rome Total War, so you will see me making mistakes that I wouldn't usually make in my, in the past when I used to play Rome Total War all the time. So here I'm going to try to get the flank with a good charge here, because I've got some Berserkers holding. I'm not going to do much, obviously. Now just try swamping it here, encircling it, swamping it, wedge charging it, everything. It is a general though, so it's going to take some serious routing. So it will take a bit of work to get these Urban Cohort to break. It's kind of like baptism by fire when you come back to Rome Total War against Urban Cohorts after 4 months away. But I'm sure everyone's gone through it. As you can see, it doesn't want to break. It's one gnarly unit, but of course it's Urban Cohort, they don't break, they're immortal. And look at that, they get rid of my Cav there. And they get rid of my Spear Warband there. After all that, so this is Urban OP-ness at its all-time glory. It's saying, Alita, you forgot about me, and I'm an Urban, and you're going to pay for forgetting about me. But I have managed to get this battle under control, but I probably would have been able to do it better in previous times.
Running like a startled goat. Hunt him. Goats make good eating.
So there you go, he admits defeat. Great game though. It was a great game, and I enjoyed it at the time, to be honest, I did. So there you go, he's got more kills than me by about 42. I did have a few more men than him. And there's the stats here. So Spear Warband, good holding force as usual. A couple of them actually got quite good kills, 65 and 55, that's pretty impressive. The Gothic Cav, they did very well, 58, 94, 51 and 71, very good. Berserkers, OP-ness at their greatest, 64, 52, but I kind of needed them. And the chosen X-Men, all of them except one, I think, they all did pretty good really, I suppose, considering their opposition. But just a nice dismantling of a Roman army with a German army. The Germanian armies are so much fun to use. I think I had got it down to a pretty nice art form of dealing with Rome with Germania in the past. And I'm still working on it. I'll need to work on my micro, so you probably noticed this sort of slowness in comparison to my previous videos, and I'm pretty sluggish. As I said, I've probably only done about 8 to 10 battles in 4 months, so that's only like a couple of battles a month. So I'm hardly playing Rome Total War just because of Rome 2 and Medieval 2 and some of the other Total War games and stuff. It's particularly Rome 2 though, it took a lot of my time, but I still love Rome Total War. It's still a bloody awesome game. It's a brilliant game. And I strongly advise getting it, because Rome 2 is awesome as well. There are things about Rome 1 that are still so much better. But Rome 2 is getting better, and I really love both of them. I do, I really love both of them, but this is still my favourite Total War for sure. But anyway, guys, I know I'm waffling, so apologies. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll probably aim to bring you some more Rome Total War in the future, just depending on how well I go, and try to get back into the swing of it. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon next time.